Michael Cohen, Trump said black people too stupid to vote for him. Cohen, the president's former personal attorney and longtime fixer, will speak at length about his former employer's alleged misdeeds as part of what's expected to be dramatic testimony before the House Committee on Oversight and Reform. In one of news released by HuffPost, Texans solidly against Trump's decision to declare a national emergency. President Donald Trump's national emergency declaration to build his border wall will affect Texas more than any other state, and the residents of the Lone Star State are soundly against his decision to use those powers. 3 in 5 Texas voters. News released by CNN on MSN. 13 House Republicans who bucked Trump on emergency declaration. The resolution passed the Democratic-controlled House in a vote of 245 to 182, with all Democrats voting to send it to the Senate. The GOP-led Senate is expected to vote on the measure in the coming weeks. House GOP leaders worked to limit defections heading. News released by The Hill on MSN. House Ox Democrats bill blocking Trump emergency on wall. Washington Democrats ignored a veto threat and rammed legislation through the House Tuesday that would stymie President Donald Trump's bid for billions of extra dollars for his border wall, escalating a clash over whether he was abusing his powers to. News released by Associated Press on MSN. Pakistan shoots down 2 Indian fighter jets, Foreign Ministry. Pakistan confirmed on Wednesday that it had carried out airstrikes in Indian-administered Kashmir and shot down 2 Indian jets in its own airspace, capturing one of the pilots as tensions escalate a day after India bombed targets in Pakistan. Today. News released by Al Jazeera English. Cardinal Pell to spend first night in jail. February 27, UPI. Disgraced Cardinal George Pell's bail application was withdrawn Wednesday, a day after news broke of his guilty verdict for having sexually abused 2 boys in the 1990s. Following a pre-sentencing hearing in Melbourne, Australia, the former. News released by UPI. 3 dead in train vehicle collision on Long Island. 3 people were killed and service was suspended along several Long Island Railroad lines Tuesday night after officials said a Manhattan-bound train struck a truck on the tracks, CBS New York reports. Video from the scene showed first responders rushing. News released by CBS News. Asia shares inch up, dollar near 3-week low after Powell comments. Tokyo, Reuters. Asian shares inched towards a 5-month high on Wednesday and the dollar hovered near a 3-week low after Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell reinforced the U.S. central bank's shift to a more patient approach on policy in. News released by Reuters. United Methodist Church votes to strengthen bans on same-sex marriage and gay clergy. St. Louis, the United Methodist Church, America's second-largest Protestant denomination, faces a likely surge in defections and acts of defiance after delegates at a crucial conference. News released by Time. Sacrilegious, vandals break into Dublin crypt, steal head of 800-year-old mummy. Vandals have stolen the head of an 800-year-old mummy from a historic church in Dublin. A guide at St. Michan's Church found the crypt badly damaged on Monday while getting the site ready for visitors, the Church of Ireland said in a statement. News released by USA Today. Meet Picasso. Step aside, Pablo. At just under 3 years old and 1,000 pounds, Picasso the pig is conquering the art world. Her paintings sell for thousands of dollars and now she even has a collaboration with watchmaker Swatch. Picasso was rescued in 2016 from an. News released by CBS News. Univision anchor Jorge Ramos explains why Venezuela's Maduro detained him. A day after he was detained by disputed President Nicolas Maduro's regime in Venezuela, Univision anchor Jorge Ramos detailed to Fox News on Tuesday what exactly happened when the socialist dictator detained him, along with members of his press team, in. News released by Fox News. Still on her mind? Lady Gaga posts steamy Academy Awards duet with Cooper. Lady Gaga is apparently still thinking about his steamy performance on Sunday night and took to Twitter Tuesday to post her duet with actor Bradley Cooper that got social media buzzing about their palpable chemistry. Gaga on Monday posted a photo of the two. News released by Fox News. Jennifer Aniston bonding with Brad Pitt's mom again. Jennifer Aniston and Brad Pitt reunited at her 50th birthday party earlier this month, but is the actress also bonding with her ex-husband's mom, Jane Pitt? That's the story in one of this week's tabloids. Gossip Cop, however, can exclusively debunk it. News released by Gossip Cop. Herbalist sentenced in death of 13-year-old diabetic patient. A Los Angeles area herbalist was convicted in a child abuse case Tuesday after a jury found him responsible for the death of a 13-year-old diabetic boy. Timothy Morrow, 84, of Torrance, was found guilty of one count of practicing medicine without aid. News released by Fox News. NC teen girl, dad killed when man breaks into sleepover and starts shooting. A teenage girl and the father of her friend were killed Sunday morning when a man with an alleged history of violence against females forced his way into a home during a sleepover and began shooting, eventually turning the gun on himself before police arrived. News released by People on MSN. Facebook's promised Clear History privacy tool to launch later this year following delay. Facebook's long-awaited Clear History tool, a privacy feature the social network says will let you wipe information the social network collects about you from third-party apps and websites, is now scheduled to come out later this year, Chief Financial. News released by The Verge on MSN. Hayabusa 2 captures photo of asteroid blast zone a minute after touchdown. Japan's trailblazing Hayabusa 2 space probe has captured physical evidence of the trail it has blazed, snapping an awe-inspiring photograph of a discolored touchdown zone moments after its. News released by New Atlas. Bracketology. Duke remains a number 1 seed after losing, but Virginia takes over as the top overall seed. After losing to Virginia Tech, the Blue Devils stay on the top line, but aren't the number 1 national seed. Virginia Tech beat Duke 77-72 Tuesday to hand the Blue Devils their 4th loss of the season. Duke, of course, is still playing without Zion Williamson. News released by CBS Sports. Nuggets star Nikola Jokic on MVP chants, "There's better players in the NBA than me." Denver Nuggets big man Nikola Jokic was nearly unstoppable Tuesday night as he powered his team to a 121-112 win over the Oklahoma City Thunder in a huge matchup of Western Conference heavyweights, with his team leading late in the game between the second. News released by USA Today.